Hey guys, this is DFD, aka Dark Frozen Deaths, back with another Kamihime project video. Before I get into this, there are some things I want to mention. First off, I do indeed have a Twitter that I'm kind of using. I won't say it's active, but I do hop on it like pretty much every day to check things out. It's like a few moments on there. But if anybody's interested, you can just look at that. It's in the link to it's in my description, of course, because I have that. But basically, I will post some like Kamihime project stuff on there. Sometimes I'll post things about VTubers or a few other things. It depends on what your interest is. But I mainly just have it just to have it for the most part. But second thing, since it has gotten cooler, I will be recording another guide video pretty soon. I was waiting for that because I kind of didn't want the fan to get picked up when I did that recording. So, that said, I do plan on making another guide video. In fact, right after this one, because I'm going to upload this and then get to recording the guide video. But, again, keep a heads up for that. Also, I know not everybody's into VTubers and all that type of stuff. I mean, I can kind of tell by seeing some of the views on it. But I do plan on doing the another video on VTuber fanfiction I got coming up pretty soon as well. Believe it or not, it's actually very popular off of Reddit, because I've seen thousands of views for a lot of those posts. But yeah, like that's a thing if anybody's interested in that one. Again, I have to go over the fanfiction stuff as well. Like, there's no like romance or anything like that. It's still going to try and seem anime-ish. So if you want to see my take on storytelling or just how I try to converge all the different VTuber horrors into one cohesive plot, if that interests you, check that out. I've already posted some things about it. But the fanfiction is called Interweb, and it's a sequel to a fanfiction I've already did called Interplay. So there's that. But getting into the main things I wanted to talk about. First off, this is big. I have to announce this first because this is big. This is the last time we get this tower format. Next month, it should be the new format, and the new format will not use these medals. So that said, clear this tower and use your medals. All of them. If you have any tower medals left that you could have used, you're just going to regret it. So that said, burn all your tower medals this month. Do this tower first, but then burn all those medals. What the new format will do is basically put you up against bosses that you can change the difficulty on more or less because you pick the level you go towards, and you try and just beat the highest boss you can. They more or less kind of simplified it. It's like if you took Summit UE but made it solo content, and also put it where you have to pick your level of your fight. But the old tower, this format, this is the last time. So use all your medals. Also, going into something else, and you can kind of see why my powers went up. I've actually unlocked Beethoven. Now, this means that all the souls are in the game now. At least all the ones that JP Sad currently has. So, I do have to point out that Beethoven will get nerfed next month, because she's stupidly strong, but despite the nerf, she'll still be very, very strong. But she depends on you spamming skills a lot. And I'm hearing so many times, like, how do you use Beethoven, how you use Beethoven, how you use Beethoven. I will go into a full detailed video later down the line, because, of course, I'm going to be doing guides on that. But when it comes to the EX skill, it depends on your team, first off, because some do need the red resets. This one doesn't with the Hime I'm using, because they already get up to 21 red ability, so it wouldn't reset a 10's ability, nor would it give Och another nuke. But when it comes to this first skill, the ability killers you use really, really matter with this soul. And every 3 abilities you use will make this first ability come up. as long as it's not from Beethoven herself. She can't trigger it herself. So based on the ability colors that you have from those notes, because you can only have up to 3 notes at once, but based on the ability colors you get from those notes will determine what this first skill does. Generally, you want to have 3 abilities of the same color or 3 abilities of the opposite color that you're going for. So that means you want to have a red, blue, and green if you want to trigger a yellow sheet that she creates, or you just use 3 yellow. If you do some other weird combination, like say 2 red and a blue, or like 2 green and a yellow, she won't generate a sheet. It has to be 3 different colors or 3 of the same color. That's the biggest thing for that first ability. And every time it goes off, regardless of what the result is, you get 5 BG from it. So she will be generating burst gauge constantly if you keep using this ability. But it's best to do it so you generate the sheets you need. Why? Because her second and third abilities run off the sheets, as well as this second assist. To make it a little bit simpler, the third ability resets the cooldowns of all allies based on the number of sheets she has. And remember, you make sheets from the first ability. You don't get that from using other people's stuff. You make sheets from this first ability. But you use other people's stuff to make the notes for the sheets. But to make it simple, the more sheets she has, the more the cooldown gets reduced of that color. So I use yellow for an example. If you have 3 yellow sheets, then all the yellow abilities on your team, including her own too, because you can use it for this one, will go down by 3 turns. So there you go. You can hold up to 5 sheets of one color as well. So keep that in mind. But this second ability is where things get interesting, because it's basically her assist ability, but the second ability doesn't use its sheets in the notes. But at the end of the turn, she will activate a crap ton of different stuff based on the number of sheets you've made. So when you have like 5 sheets of yellow, you'll get a whole bunch of stuff like attack and defense buffs. You'll get more damage based buffs like elaborate and all that. She'll even give you special attack. So it depends on the number of sheets you got. When it comes to the blue ones, it tends to lead into the debuff territory. And trust me when I say this, if she ever gets 5 blue sheets, she's going to debuff the crap out of enemies, because she will maximize attack and defense down and put both versions of special damage resistance on an enemy. Meaning she'll do normal attack and burst resistance if you play your cards right. So again, she's got a very wide versatile kit, but it depends on what you can do with it. Now, the main thing with the red abilities is the fact that it's super simple. It's like, if you keep spamming red abilities, she'll do ability nukes of her own. And the end of turn ones can get pretty insane, if you've seen the video I posted of me using her already. So yeah, there's that. But the main thing is this: if at the end of the turn, all the sheets will go. So you have to try and pile as many abilities as you can into one turn. She can, of course, do it again later down the line, though. But the main thing about using Beethoven is that you have to basically check her first skill every 3 abilities you use. So the other characters on your team, once they've used 3 abilities, come back, use his first ability. It is a lot of clicking. So this is absolutely not for an auto battle team. But if you do play your cards right, she is one of the better souls. It's just that she needs a very, very skill spammy team in order to really make the most of her. And you also have to pay attention to the elements too, because like I said, I managed to get like a blue sheet by doing a yellow, a green, and a red on my first turn with this team. And that kind of does help me out in the long run anyways. So there's that. It does take a lot of focus to use her, trust me when I say that. But it is absolutely worth it. But that's just one thing that also had come out. Another thing that's here, and actually I don't want to go menu, I want to go to shop. But another thing that's here is this little trade event thing, and I haven't done too much grinding just yet, but this little trade event thing, come and get your free stuff. Like, I don't know what's going to go on with this lottery ticket stuff, but we can check the news tab for that in a second. But a lot of this other stuff was already here, like the magic jewels, the dragonic eye shards. This is a full eye, by the way, if you trade for all that. The ori if you need it. These materials if you need it. And most importantly, too, for some people, is these half elixirs, because you can easily get a crap ton of these. Like, I'm not even kidding. But the whole thing with this is that it's just like the letter event that we had before, only they added a lottery ticket this time. So there's that. But the main thing is just to do all your stuff while grinding, and you get it. So there you go. Excuse me. But I do need to go to the mission tab for something, because I don't think I've cleared everything on it. No, I haven't. So they got the AP missions again. If you really want to try and get some of the stuff, then generally you get a free memorial if you do 1,000. Spend 1,000 AP, but honestly that's very, very easy to do. And memorials are the backgrounds that you can sit up and do. Normally you pay for them with this this pass, but they have given us an Amon one for free a while back, and now we get another one with Zephyrus. But again, you can come get a free 10 pull and all that as well. So there you go. And I also need to mention this too, because I don't think I've done it before. In the gacha, the old limited Hime from like the first 3 years of the game have become permanent. So that said, you can pull some of those. So they're no longer limited technically. They're permanent now. But only from the first 3 years of the game. And then on top of that too, something that they do now, any seasonal Hime, like the two that you see on screen right here, they will be in the permanent gacha for, I think, 3 months before they get removed from it. So you can get some of these Hime from permanent gacha tickets as well. So that's something to also know. So I wouldn't be surprised if somebody gets lucky and say, like, gets this 10 pull thing and pulls one of these two, or maybe even both. So again, you never know. That's something to remember, so keep that in mind. But also, this list too, like, normally it's been a thing for a while, but normally you like pay for the memorial right here, and then the souls on pass 1. So that's the thing. And it goes without saying too, if you're planning on getting both, just drop the 6K in order to do it instead of doing 3K for one and 5K for both, which is obvious. But another thing I also wanted to point out as well is that we currently have this event that's going on right here, and I've already done the heroic about it too. The heroic is so easy that anybody that's using Parashurama, you can just use her to cheese the fight. So this heroic is actually really, really easy, just giving people a heads up if they want an easy heroic medal. Like, I've already done it. But anyways, last thing I gotta mention too is the fact that I do believe that there is another collab coming up pretty soon. It's either the next banner or the banner after, but it should be the Wings collab. From what I found out, because I got to make this change from the previous video I've done on all of them for a while, but from what I found out, these girls that's coming up on this next collab are good, but they're not must-have. I don't remember if they even have any good weapons as well or not. I'll have to double check that, and I'll point that out when it shows up. So that said, you may not need to be so inclined to get the next set of limited characters, but if you do feel like you want them or something, or feel like, okay, I might want them later down the line, then just go ahead and pull. But personally, I would probably save jewels for other stuff as well, because also, currently we have a pretty decent gacha right here, where it's this ability selection gacha, and I've already done it, so there's that. But there are a good number of Hime that's actually worth pulling here, so, and some very, very good weapons as well. Like, I tried to get another Osiris weapon, I'm not gonna lie. But I got, the Juddy instead. I don't have F. Belinus, I don't have, Eve. They're extremely strong. A 10's also another good one. Whoop, I don't know why that popped up. But a 10's another really good one as well. TG could be useful for some things, but I think she's kind of gone. Ignis is good. Like, they have a very, very good selection. Amona's also good, and she's the super Kamihime for fire. Like, again, they have a pretty sizable selection. If you want the large stinger for white, this is who you get it from too, Shiva, so she's not bad to pull as well. I got like 4 of her weapon at ultimate limit break, so there's that. But that's the thing, like, this is a pretty good gacha, and it's a 6%, so you got technically a double SSR rate, and you're only getting these 18 characters from it. There's no other Dolans, there's no other Kamihime. So, it is worth pulling it, in my opinion. If you do 100 pulls, then you do get a random SSR, unfortunately, for the element you take, but yeah. And the devs know that those are the 3 elements that do lean into ability damage the most. That's why it's just those 3. It's not like you can't do it on the other 3, it's just that it's harder. So, there's that. But, anyways, that's all I wanted to do for this video, because I was just announcing a whole bunch of different stuff. But, expect another guide video, like I said, pretty soon. If you're interested, check out some of the other stuff I'm cooking up as well. I also got, of course, I mentioned the Twitter. The Discord thing is also in the comments as well, if anybody wants to check that out or whatnot. But, anyways, that's all for this. I'm going to get on that next video, because I want to seize the opportunity while I can. But anyways, that's all for now, guys. More will come soon, and take care.